Used to be when people talked about the end of the world, we locked them up. Or laughed them off. Sometimes both. But we never took them seriously. Maybe we should have. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Better to start at the beginning, with the abduction of Desmond Miles, my son. This boy had no ambition, no direction, no plans for the future. What he did have was a heritage, one he chose to deny. It nearly cost him his life. He was captured and imprisoned. Those who took him believed he could help them find something. The apple. One of several artifacts we call pieces of Eden. Bits of ancient technology scattered across the globe. Some hidden, some found, all of them dangerous. Most are held by a single group, the same group that now had Desmond. You know them as Abstergo Industries. We know them as the Templars, as the enemy. We've been fighting them for thousands of years, even longer if you believe the stories of their origins. I do. After all, I've seen the truth. That's the beauty and the horror of the Animus. A device that allows us to enter and experience the lives of our ancestors. It holds the power to change everything, to show us history the way it really happened. Up until its creation, to the victor went the spoils, went the truth. We're trying to fix that, to free minds and bodies both. But there's only so much that we can do, and the Templars have the upper hand these days. But something larger than the Assassins and Templars is approaching. Bigger than all of us. And if we can't find a way to stop it, these next few weeks will probably be our last. Everyone's last. In the end, it all comes down to him. To Desmond. Through the Animus, he discovered his heritage, explored the lives of his ancestors, and uncovered their secrets. When that was done, he trained. He used another ancestor to provide decades of experience in the span of a few days. It worked. We think. We hope. Soon, though, soon we'll know. That ominous date fast approaches, December 21st, 2012. None of us knows what it'll bring, only that this is where they want us to be, when it does. They've been guiding us in their own fractured, frustrating way. These voices from the first civilization, the ones who came before, a precursor race of immense power and uncertain motives. They're the ones who made the pieces of Eden. This is where they've led him, and through him, us. He stands at the entrance to this long-lost place, armed with the knowledge of Altair and the abilities of Ezio. He holds in his hands the apple of Eden, and we stand at his side, ready to support him however we can. His name is Desmond Miles, and he has brought us to the end.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're beginning our playthrough for the day. Assassin's Creed 3 won in today's poll for which game we would start playing today. So we're going to continue our story here. So we have a couple of things we need to do. There's a homestead mission down here for people we can recruit. So let's do that. Oh, what's coming in with the host? Dude, I'm doing great. How are you today? I think my fan is turned off. Let's try that. You doing well? Great, great. Good to hear. Alright, let's see what these guys have. Or maybe they're just here. They're just working. That's alright. They're also making a snowman. Dude, the remaster is great. Yeah, this is amazing. So we are gonna do a complete playthrough of this. And we've got it at the highest settings, running 60 frames per second. Everything looks smooth and glorious. Ginger Ninja, welcome to the stream. How are you today? We're just getting started. We're building the Davenport homestead. Get to do some rebuilding here. Let me see here. Let's try that.
Let's see if our man can fly. Anywhere! Please!
Pull this guy up. The tree jump stuff, yeah, that was really what was new in this game. And really no game after this even carried that over necessarily. You still had the ability to climb trees, but it was not as fluid because Connor was especially skilled.
Thank you.
Especially skilled at
right?
climbing trees.
I think so. Didn't do much to me aside from a good scare. Blackguards.
What did they want with you?
My purse, which was meager, and they decided to punish me for their trouble.
And they burned up his lumber.
Silly, really. My tools and equipment were worth a king's share to the right man. In any case, I had best get on my way. It's a long walk to the nearest inn. I thank you again for your kindness.
Have you no home?
Oh, well, I was a proud resident of Boston until recently, but I'm not a supporter of His Majesty, and, well, I was forced out of my woodshop and home by loyalists.
There are plenty around here who could use the services of a skilled craftsman if you were looking for somewhere to settle.
Is that right? I may look into that.
Nice. Yeah, and actually Liberation does come with this. So this is the first time that Liberation is remastered and made available to PC and consoles. So this remaster is really a great thing because it's brought us Assassin's Creed 3 and Liberation, which I really enjoyed on the Vita. I had a great time with it. And so I was really, really happy to see that game was made accessible to more people. Because it was the first game that featured a woman, but then it was like it wasn't like a main entry because it was on a side platform, you know, that people were not really invested in. I mean, let's face it, the Vita is pretty dead, and it, even from its rough launch, it, you know, it only had so many games, you know, and it didn't pan out, especially if you compare it to the Nintendo and their mobile market success, you know. But the Vita was a really cool platform. It just had a lot of you know, it was very quality, but it had a lot of flaws. And developers were not wanting to do that. They weren't really wanting to develop games for it. But yeah, the game looks good. The lighting system is akin to what they use in the newer entries, and it's beautiful. And they did keep the original controls, so they didn't change anything like that, because that would have been pretty jarring. But that works. Yeah. It definitely needed better releases, you know. It had Liberation, it had one Uncharted title, which was amazing, but, you know, a lot of people were like, I wish that Uncharted title, you know, Golden Abyss, would have been ported to consoles at some point, and I'm still surprised it hasn't been, just for accessibility purposes, because it was a good game, and it was by Bend, which is the same guys that are working on Days Gone, which is coming out in the PS4 this month. So, I mean, I'd really like to see more of that. So, alright, so we gotta do some stuff here at the homestead. Gonna go over there and do that main mission. Alright, let's do it. And this one actually ends up being my favorite Assassin's Creed game. You know, part 2 is amazing, and it has one of the best characters. Oh. Has one of the best characters in the franchise. You know, Ezio is a favorite. Because he is a really great character, and, you know, everybody connected with his story of vengeance and his, you know, his attitude, you know, being this ladies' man and sort of a rogue type. Yeah, Ezio is amazing. But I really enjoyed Connor. I really enjoyed the mechanics of this game. The American Revolution was a really intriguing setting. The open world was incredible. You know, this brought in a lot of stuff for the series. You know, it was a big curveball. And this game was hated. People hated this game. And I used to lie low and pretend, you know, and just listen to them hate on the game. But I think I'm done with that. Now that I'm playing it through, you know, if people are going to come in with the hate, I'm going to come right back at them with it. And I'm going to be like, well, you're missing out on something here. And it's one of my favorites. And I'm not going to pretend to like it less to suit someone else's opinion. And I also like Unity a lot, which is really hated because it was really buggy. And to their credit, it was really buggy. But once they fixed that stuff, we had a really great game on our hands, and I really enjoyed the story. And the co-op was so much fun with friends. We'd always get together and do a heist. And sometimes we'd sneak around, other times we'd just go like full-on combat. And we each had different builds and stuff, and different customizations for our characters. We had a lot of fun with that game, despite lots of people hating it. So I will be doing a Unity playthrough after this. So once we finish this, we're also working on a Max Payne 2 playthrough. maybe we'll start Unity then. Or we might need a little break from the Assassin's Creed after this. We'll see. We'll see how the waters feel. And then, of course, we're going to be continuing Red Dead. But I kind of wanted to back off since April Fools and all this stuff. I wanted to not be streaming a game that I don't want spoiled around that. So Unity killed my console, but I loved every aspect of Unity. It was a beautifully flawed game. People wanted it too perfect. Yeah, and really once they fixed it, like, I'd played on Xbox One, it was incredible. And so I did eventually catch it on sale on PC. So we're gonna ramp it up on the PC. We're gonna crank up those specs, and we're gonna get back into it, and we're gonna show people that it's a good game. Now, granted, it did go through that rough cycle of not being good at launch, which, you know, since that time is very common for a lot of games.
But I have them. Keep that a secret, to be sure. Just get me a ship and a crew, and we'll find out what it was he held so dear. I met him once, that captain. He was 7 feet tall if he was an inch. I tell ya, legs like tree trunks and a smithy's arms. Almost broke my hand shaking, it'll know. I could feel it then when I met him. No, what?
Oh my gosh.
Go away!
Yeah, Arno Dorian was the Unity character.
Said go away, boy! Do you not speak the King's English?
Oh, Faulkner.
Oh, I didn't see you there, old man. I'd have set my home in order if I'd known you'd be calling.
The boy's name is Connor. He's here to restore the property.
Restore? Restore? Pardon my manners. She's still the fastest in the Atlantic. Sure, she needs some attention. Minor things mostly, but with a little affection, she'll fly again.
Who is she?
Who is she? Why, the Aquila boy, the ghost of the North Seas.
The boat.
A boat? She's a ship boy, and make no mistake about it. I thought you brought him here to restore order. I reckon he's the greenest thing on the frontier.
Connor, meet me back at the manor when you've finished here.
You said it requires repairs. You able?
She does need work. A ship is a she, boy. And yes, I can refit her, but I'm lacking in the proper supplies. Some quality timber would help me get started.
I can see to that. How long before she is able to sail again?
Just get me the lumber, boy. And I'll raise a crew.
Robert Faulkner. Sound like I said the F word, but I didn't. And this was the only thing that sucked. You had to, like, run along the whole coastline to get back up. And you had the deep snow. It's a struggle with his name. Robert Faulkner. Robert Faulkner. Oh, man.
There you are. I've something to show you. Come, take a look.
What is it?
A ledger. It lets us manage the homestead's dealings.
And these?
That was years ago. Before the slow fever, before the Templars, before everything collapsed. But that's all in the past. Better we focus on what's in front of us. Take up the ledger, and I'll teach you how it all works.
The stockpile allows you to purchase items from homesteaders and displays the items you currently own. We got oak lumber. Godfrey and Terry, the lumberjacks, have oak lumber available for purchase. We're gonna purchase that. Do the maximum amount, I guess. $12 risk 35%, tax 30%. We're gonna get a 21 profit, so we'll do that. Now we're gonna go ahead and send the convoy, confirm it. We can monitor its progress in the ledger. Yeah, this was the fun stuff, actually. I thought this was really cool.
Time passed quickly after that.
6
My
months.
days a blur of study, training, and work. What little free time Achilles allowed me was spent learning about the Templars, about Charles Lee and my father. I longed to confront them, to put an end to their schemes, to ensure my people would remain untroubled and free. But I knew it was too soon, that to approach them now would see me killed. All my work would be for nothing. Patience, restraint. These proved the most difficult subjects for me. But in time, I mastered them as well. Days became months, months became years. And as my skills and knowledge grew, so too did I.
Yeah, and the changing of the seasons was a really cool feature. 10 minutes to Boston. Should be fine, but I might check on it after this mission if it doesn't already make it there. All right, so now we get a mission here.
Come aboard and feast your eyes, boy. No, not the left foot. Never the left foot. Horrible look. Step with your right foot first.
Superstition.
She is solid?
Aye. Weatherly and sleek. She'll fetch 12 knots in a stiff gale, ne'er a ship from here to Singapore can outrun her on her best day. What do you say we take her out? Show you what she can do firsthand.
Where would we go?
As it happens, she still needs guns and the officers to command them. We'll launch straight away. Don't worry, lad. I'll make sure you sprout good sea legs. Haul in the mainsail! Get up the rigging! Hand over fist! Come on, men! Let's get her out where she needs to be! Come on, lad. No time like the present. Double time, boy. It's time you learned. Take the helm. Come on, she won't bite.
Odor, what's up, dude? Oh yeah, very.
You're connected to her now. Listen and feel. She's idle. If you come...
Half sail!
Ha! The killer flies again. Do you feel it, lad? Set a course for Martha's Vineyard. We'll find our guns and officers there. She's a nimble vessel, but the faster she goes, the more cumbersome she grows. And the firmer your hand needs to be. Enjoy this stretch of open water before we come upon those shallows. Call for full sail if you like.
We need more speed! We need every knot! Full sail!
Wind looks to be shifting. Stay alert, Connor. Gusty winds can be difficult to manage.
Here we go.
Now, take us through these shallows. Careful not to run up on them. The sandbars will slow us down, but the rocks will put a hole through a hole. And if you want to make a quick tack, call for half sail. She's more maneuverable then. Mind those other vessels! Hold your tack to keep your right of way!
Here we go.
Cottages! We're close! Drop anchor!
There we go.
Go ashore, buy our guns, find our officers.
Waza, have a good night, dude. Thank you for coming out.
Oh, hello, Miss Mandy. You're looking every bit as ravishing as I remember.
After all these years, you sail all the way to the vineyard to pay me compliments?
We are looking for David and Richard Clutterbuck.
Nice to see you, too.
Robert Faulkner. Where the hell you been?
Sorry for leaving like I did, lads, but where I was going, no one could know. You two working much?
No. Between contracts at the moment.
Well, we're looking for gunnery officers. What would you two say to working with me again?
We'd be for getting into a few more scraps.
Good show.
The Aquila is a fine vessel. We're fitting all the guns as we speak.
Looks like your friend's about to catch a beating.
Where is Charles Lee?
I don't much care for your tone, boy.
Hey, you don't want to be doing that, Biddle.
Bobby Faulkner turned to wet nursing. It's good you finally realize you're a shite sailor.
Whoa, 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 not in here, gentlemen. Better still, not at all. Bobby, take your friends and get out!
Let's go, boys. Our guns ought to be ready. Come on. What the bloody hell was that about?
The older man is a Templar. Who was he with?
A Templar? The young buck was Nicholas Biddle. Nobody. Sails before the mast. Midshipman for the Crown.
Are the guns ready?
Aye, but we won't jump in over our heads. We'll find a suitable target and show you how they work. We've fitted her with a modest amount of guns to start, but rest assured there's ample room to add more should you feel the need.
Looks like a British frigate with half seas over. Should do nicely for a spotted target practice. Bring around broadside, and when all guns are on target, call fire.
Round shot for a start.
Well done, boy! Now, aim all guns at her bow and do as much damage as possible.
Some old powder in there.
Good! Now give the swivel guns a turn. More precise. Hit those old powder barrels and light up the sky.
Nice.
Not bad for a spot, Captain.
Ha ha! You are a fast learner.
Provided something interests me.
Ah, getting a taste for the open sea, are we? We'll make a jack tar out of you yet. Now we should be getting back. The old man is like to have my hide for keeping you out so long.
Why is he shooting at us?
Destroying property of the crown, disturbing the king's peace, take your pick.
What do we do?
Naught else but to fight back. Sink the bastard!
Use the swivels on him!
English frigate! Oh, be twattles, another one.
Be
Where in the
twattled.
bloody hell did she come from?
El Taco. Nice.
This tacos taste funny to you.
Carry on, sailor. Not bad for your first voyage, eh, boy? Now we best be getting back, or the old man will
Nice.
have my guts for garters.
We did it. Well, we just took the Aquila out for her maiden voyage. We got her fit with cannons and swivel guns.
I got 'em!
Good to
All
go.
of 'em! You get what I need, and I'll give 'em to you. Simple. You got a ship, could find 'em all to boot.
Who is that man?
Him? Some old salt always on about letters he's got from Captain Kidd. Nonsense, really, but he doesn't hurt no one, so I'll leave him be. Talk to him if you fancy, but be warned he'll chew your ear off. Anyway, the Aquila's here for you. If you should get a pang for the open sea, we'll be waiting. Now, I implore you to head up the hill before the old man comes out of retirement just for me.
3 weeks, and not even a goodbye before you left.
Sorry.
Well, what are you waiting for? Put them on. Once upon a time, we had a ceremony on such occasions. But I don't think either of us are really the type for that. You've your tools and training, your targets and goals. And now you have your title. Welcome to the Brotherhood, Connor.
sequence 5.
Welcome back, Desmond. You'll be happy to hear there's actually good news for once.
Yeah?
I've managed to locate a power source, and it's relatively close by. Up for a trip to Manhattan?
Is it safe to leave? Abstergo's gotta be looking for us.
Obviously it's not safe. Can't exactly sit around here hoping to get lucky, though, can we? We need that power source. Besides, I'm sure you can cook up some way to hide our movements.
Maybe. The Templars have access to all kinds of satellites and camera systems. We'll need to find a way to mask our digital signature. I can probably camouflage the van, too. But there's not much I can do for us.
That's an easy one.
Oh! What?
Local utility companies have assured the public that they're completely prepared for the upcoming solar maximum. Disruptions to service are expected to be minimal.
If only they knew.
What's this?
A remote-operated camera. It'll provide us with a feed while you're on mission. This will let us talk to each other.
We're almost there, so listen up. The artifact is in an office penthouse in Lower Manhattan. At this time of night, direct infiltration is going to get you noticed. I think we're better off having you drop in from above.
What do you mean, above?
Here we go.
Can you hear me? Testing. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Yep, reach you just fine. Now why don't you power up the camera? I've got pics. Running diagnostics. Perfect. I've got a nice, strong signal.
Game has really good lighting.
Seriously, Sean? Fuck you.
Nolan North is every character in every game. Woo! Okay. Fine. We're fine. Ah! Wow. Good job, game.
Just a heads up. There's no elevator access from here on out. You'll have to get up there the old-fashioned way.
Dinklage or North? Man, that would be cool if they got someone new. I don't know. I see them probably still going with Nolan North. I just wonder if they'll make his voice different, or maybe they will go with someone new. Mix it up a little bit. Ain't no way I'd swing like that.
Jesus.
Look on the bright side. No security to worry about.
And on the not so bright side, the slightest misstep means you're effectively paced.
Shut up, Sean.
Yeah, that would be cool if he had like a couple voice options. Get like a male or a female ghost, you know. Troy Baker would be rad, yeah. Or like Jennifer Hale, you know. Woo.
Almost there, Desmond. Once you reach the top of the lit-up crane, you should be high enough to make the jump.
Should?
It'll be fine, don't worry.
Well, you might want to worry a little. I'm pretty sure she was high.
Yeah, just throw Cortana's voice in there. Yeah, it's Bungie. Come on, do what you want.
Or was it?
That would be cool because that way players' ghosts would be a little more unique, you know? And you'd feel a more personal attachment because you wouldn't all have the exact same ghost.
Jump when you're ready, but wait for my signal to open the chute. Timing's really important here. Too soon or too late, and you'll miss the building.
We'll get a screenshot. All right, here we go. Ready? Jump off!
Now, open your chute now.
Woo, too slow, man pants. What's up, dude? Don't mess this up. Played a million matches of PUBG. No, you're supposed to jump off. Yeah, just nosedive off the building. Who cares? There we go. We've done a million PUBG matches for one thing, to get one thing right. I think guitar strings. Yeah, all one word.
That wasn't so bad.
So, you must be
close.
Desmond. Not exactly what I expected, but I guess your kind doesn't have
Mustache points. Guitar strings.
Ask your father.
Guitar.
Give me that.
Strings.
I don't think so.
Look, I'm not supposed to kill you, but the boss.
What
man
is
didn't
the
say
command?
anything about fucking you up. So you've got to the count.
Woo! Please to God.
So who the hell is Daniel Crum?
Let me see. Oh, I can pause it. Okay. I was worried about being able to do that. Let's see. Yeah, guitar strings. All one word. That's our currency. So I'm Master of the Universe with 2,000 hours. I tend to be in my stream quite a bit. You're only 17. 17. And that song is really inappropriate. All right, 27 hours, man. Coming in with 21,000 strings. Oh, do you have the sound off? Is that what's going on? Huh.
Believe it or not, he used to be an assassin. The assassin, the way I've heard it told, but it turned out he was a sleeper agent for Abstergo, programmed to infiltrate and destroy the organization.
How did he know you were there? We could be compromised.
They must have caught me snooping inside their network and sent Cross to see what we were after. If they were aware of our current location, we'd know. Though, I will say this. It doesn't bode very well for future expeditions.
I've set up some cameras topside. If anyone shows up, we'll see it.
I'd suggest you go see about finding a socket for that power source. Or we can return to Connor if you prefer. All the artifacts in the world won't mean a thing without the key.
All right. So, let's investigate a little bit before we go. Crane. Targeting system, free running improvements. Assassinate while moving. Fast travel, the map is better. Okay. Carry your headsets with you at all times. Dude, how have you been, man pants? What's new with you? You're at work right now? All the fixes and updates, improvements. British English Dictionary. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Interesting.
I know everyone thinks I'm being silly, but I can't shake the feeling we're being watched.
We are being watched. By Juno. Or some version of her.
Do you think it's a recording? Or is she a ghost? Or something else? Is she talking to us the way Minerva talked to Ezio?
No clue. I mean, who knows what else they were working on down here? There's still so many rooms we don't have access to.
But do you think she's like literally down here, waiting somewhere, still alive?
Still alive? That's mental. That means she'd be at least 75, 80,000 years old? Oh, powerful, yeah, but not that powerful.
They came down here looking for a way to survive. Maybe they found one.
Hmm. Alright, so I think we're supposed to explore.
Son, I owe you an apology. I shouldn't have lashed out like that. You have to understand, I've never been very good at this. Never mind that we live rather extraordinary lives.
Yeah, I kinda liked my ordinary one.
You can't escape who you are, Desmond.
So I've noticed.
Look, it's silly for us to go back and forth like this. I admit, I did a shitty job raising you. I apologize, I'm sorry. But it's important you understand it didn't come from a bad place. You're my son. I love you. I guess I was so busy trying to make sure nothing bad happened, I didn't consider the consequences. Truce?
I can't believe it's taken me so long to ask, but... how's Mom? She's not...
No. Your mother is fine. We decided it was safer if we split up for this job.
Always assuming the worst.
For good reason.
Can I at least say hi to her?
I'm sorry, it's too risky. Maybe when we're done.
Right. When we're done.
All right.
In the beginning, when we thought we could be saved, we sought to face the sun's wrath and contain it. 4 towers would be built to pull her fury into this place and dispel it. But even with all we knew, with all we had, it would take too long. 1,000 years we could labor and still the work would not be done. The first tower was never completed. The project abandoned. We moved on. But while we labored on other endeavors, a few returned. They thought to automate the process. Metal might finish what flesh could not.
Okay.
if we could not meet the sun's cruel embrace, perhaps we might rebuke it. Already we could generate the fields to protect us in times of strife. But these were small and simple things. To replicate them on a scale the size of a world, we lack the energy to make it so. Half the world, they said then. It is better than none at all. We tried. Again, we failed. A quarter, they asked. Even this we could not do. A sixth, an eighth, a tenth, they cried. The answer was still the same. Perhaps in time a city might be spared. But it was time we did not have. So we moved on.
Wonder what's inside.
Only one way to find out.
Okay.
Ah, Desmond, there you are. Can I ask a favor?
Maybe.
When this is all over, I'd like to try turning the dial back on the Animus. Like, all the way back. To the time of the first civilization.
You think it would work?
There was no real loss of fidelity when you visited Altair. Then again, that was about 1,000 years ago, and I'm looking at going back at least 70,000 more.
Sure, I'd be up for it. It'd be interesting to see what things were like back then.
Excellent. I think it would prove most enlightening.
What is a fact? Is it fixed? Immutable? Certain in its existence and only awaiting discovery? Or might it be changed? Here we learned the answer, and thought that it might save us. They were used to command, to control, to own. But we soon discovered another use. When enough sat in thrall and were told to believe, their thoughts took on form. What was imagined became real. If 100 minds could wish away a wall or create a tree, what might 1,000 do? 10,000? More? Might we change the consensus and will the threat away? We resolved to send one into the sky where it might illuminate us all. Once placed, a sentence would be uttered. Make us safe. In this way, we would change the consensus. We would save the world. But it never came to be. We sent a dozen of them skyward, but there was no way to maintain control, to direct the beam, to enthrall the world, to speak the words. Though this was strange and dangerous, what we tried next was worse.
Classes are expensive? What classes?
Our first instinct was to travel back, to change the past. But we could not find a way. But forward. We could look forward. And so here we sought to see beyond ourselves, and know what was to come. First we watched to learn if our work would succeed. But the answer was always the same. So we moved on to other things. But she remained. The one you call Minerva. In time, she too stopped looking, and instead began to speak. She called out across time, in the hopes that you might be saved. She hid messages where none might find them, save for you and those within this place.
Fascinating.
Tired of it. The cryptic warnings, the threats. Just tell us what you want!
But they are. We saw the Nephilim there. We seemed like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and we looked the same to them. Imagine trying to explain all this to a 2-year-old, to a grasshopper. When they
Continuous
said the will of the gods was
education.
unknowable, they meant it. Literally.
I killed her, you know. I killed Lucy.
It was the apple, son. It was Juno.
I saw what she was. What would happen if I let her live? I could have stopped myself. I mean, there was a force there. But I didn't have to. I chose to.
Desmond.
Lucy was going to betray us and take the apple back to Abstergo. I saw the satellite launched. I saw them turn it on, and then it failed. Whatever's on the other side of that door, it benefits Juno. We need to be careful.
Certain amount of hours per year. And they're not cheap, huh? Well, that's kind of cool that you get to learn new stuff, though. Presley. What you doing? Wesley. Wesley. Ah, so I don't have a piece.
Good luck, Desmond.
These are troubled times. The already uneasy alliance between the Crown and its subjects frays. And behind them both the Templars plot, pulling strings and moving pieces. History dictates they seek order through control. But how will they affect it here? Who supports them? And what conspiracies have they already spun?
Spare a
All
moment.
these things I must determine. Of course. For only by knowing my enemy can I hope to stop.
What is it?
Xingbao, or rope dart if you prefer. One of the many plans given to us by Xiao Yun to...
Sorry.
We'll have to work on this.
It's the Chinese assassins.
Ganondogo.
Yes, my friend.
What brings you here? Is the village all right?
For now.
What do you mean? What has happened?
Men came, claiming we had to leave. They said that the land was being sold, and that the Confederacy had consented. We sent an envoy, but they would not listen.
You must refuse!
We cannot oppose the Sachem, but you're right as well. We cannot give up our home.
Do you have a name? Do you know who is responsible?
He's called William Johnson.
Where is Johnson now?
In Boston, making preparations for the sale.
Sale? This is theft!
Kana, take care. These men are powerful.
What would you have me do? I made a promise to my people.
If you insist upon this course of action, seek out Sam Adams in Boston. He'll be able to help. What have you done?
When my people go to war, a hatchet is buried into a post to signify its start. When the threat is ended, the hatchet is removed.
You could have used a tree.
It's very true. Ooh, we got it. We got the hatchet. That's the jam. Let me check the homestead for a second.
Kana.
You want to stay on top
It
of
has occurred
things.
to
That's a
me
good
that
idea.
The times
I
we
like
live
that.
in will be looked upon by future generations with a certain degree of scrutiny, no matter the outcome. With that in mind, I think it valuable to record the goings-on around the homestead. A true log of how people lived during this time of transition. Something to help color the portrait. What do you think?
When I find a moment, I will try.
Very good.
Bloody hell! Can you help me?
Here we go.
Are you all right?
What do you think?
How did this happen?
Poachers in the woods. I asked them to leave. This was their answer.
Come on. We need to get that arm looked at.
What if the men who did this?
They can wait. Your wound cannot. You'll be able to make it to the house.
Yes. I think the ball took only flesh.
And what is your name?
Miriam.
Do you live nearby?
I don't have a home per se. I took to the frontier when I was a young girl. I've made my life out here ever since. Living where the land makes it easiest.
Not a common choice for a woman of the colonies.
No, it's not. But truth be told, it was this, the convent or the brothels. I prefer the open air.
Kana, what are you doing?
Those poachers need to be stopped.
Saw the scabs from my hunting blind. Get to that and you shouldn't have any trouble finding them.
Use the rope dart if you can. Get familiar with it.
Nice. I like the rope dart. That was a new gadget that they introduced in this game. Came from the Chinese assassins. That's where I'd really like to see the Creed go next. But granted, the market's going to be a little crowded with games like Sekiro and Ghost of Tsushima and Neo all crowding this ninja samurai scene. But I think if Assassin's Creed either waited or they pulled it off at the right time, could be cool. But look how much quicker traversal is. Okay. Don't know why we didn't go onto the tree. That was kind of the logical.
Johnson's opening up some of that Mohawk land you purchased for free hunting soon. Might be we make a good haul up there.
I hear tell lumbering will be allowed to boot.
What does he want with the territory if not the game and timber?
Don't know. Don't much care neither. Beat skulking around these woods. Something don't feel right.
Hell yeah. The last poacher. Rope dart's fun. And you notice that Lara Croft actually started using the rope dart, right?
Hey! Where are you, fellas? Shooting strangers in the forest, is that common hunting practice where you come from? No! Spare me! Go! Tell the friends you have left what happened here.
Nice.
Thank you, Achilles.
You are most welcome.
Presley.
Why did those men attack you?
Come here.
It's no secret this land is full with game. I spotted the trespassers en route to request permission to hunt here myself, and suggested they do the same.
The bounty of the forest is not mine to give. It is your right to hunt on this land, but I would appreciate you trading your surplus with the others.
Very well. I accept.
Presley, are you hungry? Is it time to eat? Hi. Hi. Are you hungry? Is it time? Is it time? Yes. Is it time to eat? Okay, it's time. Time to eat? Yes? You're hungry. Okay. Let's go. Alright, I'm back. Let's see. We've got her. Part of the team. Alright. Let's go ahead and... I guess we should... fast travel to Boston. That's so dumb. I hate these stupid pages.
Sanctions and demonstrations won't suffice, Sam. We need to act, and I'm talking about more than a sternly worded letter.
I sympathize with your
Nah,
frustration.
we'll get it next time.
But surely you can understand my reluctance to kick the hornet's nest.
It's a tourist thing no matter what we do. Might as well make it count.
Paul Revere.
Ah, Connor. Hello again. What brings you to Boston?
You.
Would you excuse us, fellows? Thank you. That conversation was about to turn unpleasant. Now, what can I do for you?
I was hoping you could help me locate William Johnson.
Of course. I'm headed to a meeting with some men who should be able to help. Why don't you come along? It's good to see the people finally taking a stand against injustice.
Says the man who owns a slave.
Ooh, sorry? I practice what I preach, my friend. She's not a slave, but a freed woman, at least on paper. Men's minds are not so easily turned. It's a tragedy that for all our progress, still we cling to such barbarism.
Then speak out against it.
We must focus first on defending our rights. When this is done, we'll have the luxury of addressing these other matters.
You speak as though your condition is equal to that of the slaves. It is not.
Tell that to my neighbor who was compelled to quarter British troops, or to my friend whose store was closed because he displeased the crown. The people here are no freer than Surrey.
You offer excuses instead of solutions. All people should be equal, and not in turns.
It's in turns, or not at all. We must...
Hey! It's my home, no matter what you thieves called taxmen say! If the gums in Parliament who want to take my property, you tell them to sail across the pond and take it themselves!
It's not open for discussion now. Open this door or these men will break it down. Ah!
The bollocks!
He dumped the piss pot on him.
I trust the mounting evidence is proof enough, Connor.
Continue on. I shall meet you at our destination.
Is that all you have? Could use some support. You can Justice for once. I dare the governor to send more.
You all right?
I'm fine. It's not my first dance. For all their teeth and claws, these little foxes, they fight like puppies. Thank you, my friend. I'd buy you an ale, but I'm expected somewhere else.
You want something of a real challenge? I'd proffer you making your way to the warehouse, mate. Real brawlers down there.
Three-legged cat?
There we go. Fried tin. I know that was messed up, but it was a bad dog, bad boy. God, the fighting was so good in this game.
This foul killer cannot be...
Honorable gentlemen claim it is not so much the amount. 3 pence a pound is hardly burdensome, but it has been imposed without our counsel, rendering us mere spectators of our own commerce.
There will be a meeting of the city's advocates this Friday sundown at the Blue Boar. All members of that good fraternity are asked to attend.
Yeah, you can like full on knock him out.
There will be a meeting of the city's advocates this Friday sundown at the Blue Boar. All members of that good fraternity are asked to attend. To all weavers, esteemed from...
All right.
Connor, I'd like you to meet some like-minded friends. The owner of this fine establishment, William Molyneux, and the manager and chef of his newest venture, Stéphane Chaffeau.
Ah, Connor and I just had a ball with some red coats enforcing some taxmen outside my home.
The collectors grow bolder and more forceful. Something we must address, Samuel.
Then let us raise a banner. Something to let the people know that they are not alone. The docks are an angry place of late. Protesters picketing the latest shipments of British tea. The eyes of the city are upon that stage.
A Bostonian without his tea is a dangerous beast.
William Johnson is smuggling the tea off the ships. One of his men tried to sell me this. A sample of what I refused. But it's from those ships. No mistaking the stamp. He's charging a king's ransom. Must be he's making a mint off those who buy it.
Where is he now?
I've never met the man.
May I ask why you seek him, Connor?
He intends to purchase the land upon which my village stands, without the consent of my people.
No doubt the revenue from his little smuggling endeavor is financing the acquisition. A tax enforced on tea grants a boon to smugglers. I'll wager the same men who levy the taxes are selling the tea. A stage requires a spectacle, and I may know the play. Connor, head back to the docks and see to the destruction of the tea. If you should need us, return here.
Hello, Connor. That tea is being illegally smuggled all around Boston by Johnson's men. If you see any crates in transit, perhaps you could put a stop to the delivery. And those moody tax collectors are still at it. They could use a lesson or two, huh?
Cool.
Pardon me.
Oh, come on, mate.
Tea Act. India tea. Limit firearm use. Just choke someone out in the middle of the marketplace.
In New York and Philadelphia, the tea has been sent away.
Molyneux.
Stefan, what is wrong? Where is Sam Adams?
Who cares? I've been robbed! Ils vont me le payer, ces scélérats de merde!
Where are you going?
To get back what's rightfully mine. I will match your face to your jacket, Capule! Ces coquins me prennent mon père au Canada et voilà qu'ils me ravissent ma propriété ici. Il suffit. We are not English. We are not the king's men. We are free. But the king sends these rascals to push us around. They are not our masters. This is our city. Let's show them who owns it. It's time to fight.
Stefan, please! Stop and listen to me!
I've listened for long enough. They come into my home and take my things? I will get my revenge. The man responsible for this will pay. His friends will pay. Voilà pour longtemps que je suis vite. Ils vont goûter dans mon courroux. Hey, Redcoats! Où que j'aille, l'angoisse croise mon chemin. Ils me volent ma maison, ils m'obligent à fuir mon pays. Et les voici
That was
qui veulent
cool.
s'approprier ma nouvelle demeure.
There is a way to fight injustice, but this is not it.
destroyed? You stupid mongrel! I suppose you want me to tell Johnson his tea just spontaneously combusted? Nonsense. Someone's responsible for this, and you will find out who. And if you can't, I'll gut you and find a smarter mongrel who can.
What do we do? Create a window.
Bloody hell are you?
Why? You have no right to rub people blind. By decree of the British Parliament or not.
British Parliament? I worked for William Johnson.
Johnson? End his suffering cleanly.
Please.
The people seem to have an ear for you. What are the things you lost?
The people listen to me only because I spoke the truth loud enough. Which is worth 1,000 times the content of my footlocker. And the English, they can keep my things.
You did well tonight.
I said I'd buy you an ale when you first helped me. In place of drink, I offer you my allegiance. For what it's worth.
Your aid is welcome, and I am grateful. Now, I need to find Sam Adams.
Okay. Don't tread on me. Join or die. That was about uniting the colonies. Hmm. All right.
Cargo and all.
Aye, but Governor Hutchison refuses to let them leave. Wants us to take the tea, pay the duties, and say thank you kindly to the king.
The king can kindly kiss my arse.
Let's see. Let's make sure we get a save point. I'm gonna try. Let's sync that.
You'd like that, wouldn't you? You can kiss it as well.
Enough!
I'm gonna go for dinner. And we might be back on after dinner with some more. We're starting to get to the really fun parts of the game. World starts to open up, we start to be able to do multiple things. Gonna get fun. Get a few screenshots. See if we can raid somebody. All right. All right, we're gonna raid Uriah. And we did submit our love emote, so that should be showing up within the next few days. Merch is open for the love emote as well. I'm going to be grabbing maybe a coffee mug or some sort of collectible myself. Should be exciting. No, Peppa! Peppa! No! What have you done? You have joined us to miss the raid. Damn it. I'm taking my dinner break. Peppa, Wenlita, what are you guys doing? How's the farm? How's the old Stardew Valley farm treating you? Bruh. Spicy. Oh, it should be. It should be. I am just barely making it through the spring, and we are got our first bean crops put in. We've been harvesting those every 3 days. Besides that, we've been just planting other little parsnips and whatever. And I'm about... Oh, hey! Yorkshire T14, thank you for that follow. Welcome to the stream. I hate to be heading off, but we were just playing a bit of the Assassin's Creed 3 Remaster, and I'm going to take a little dinner break, and we'll be back in an hour or two. Hopefully not too long. And, yeah, so we're planting some parsnips and stuff. Just about to upgrade my watering can. We're going to get that to the bronze level, I guess it's called. We're going to spend our $2,000 the next chance we get. As soon as we know it's about to rain, we'll put it in the shop the day before. That way the next day it's raining, and then the day after we'll get our watering can back, and we'll be able to water 3 plots at a time, which will be really good once we start breaking into having a much bigger farm, right? But dude, thank you for coming in, man. Hang on, let me show you something. Let me see. I've got some guitars. I'll show you a quick guitar before we leave. This is one in my collection. This is modeled after Joe Bonamassa's Firebird 1. So it's got one pickup, bridge pickup. And this guitar is nasty. But yeah, I wanted a Firebird, and they came out with this special model, and I love the wood on this guitar. It's just incredible, and I know it's super reflective. And it's gritty to play on. Like the strings really dig in, and they're hard to bend. And so I haven't really messed with anything as far as like lowering the strings or anything, because I really want this to be like that nasty, gritty guitar. I often use this with a lot of gain or fuzz, and then, you know, being that there's only the bridge pickup, it is a true rockin' monster. And we actually have a very nice leather strap for this one. So certain guitars have different straps in my collection, but this Firebird, I'll throw some pictures in the Discord. I'm going to try to feature a guitar a day, and we've started with my Paul Reed Smith. But yeah, maybe I will try to book some playtime for this, but this is the Epiphone Firebird. So never let anyone shame you into into avoiding Epiphone guitars, because they are simply cheaper than Gibsons, or people like to say that they're not as well made. Well, those people would be wrong. And it has a beautiful, beautiful look on the back as well. I love the wood. And of course, it's got Joe Bonamass's signature on the back there. Now that's not real. It's actually like put on there. It's not like a sticker or anything, but it is on there. Someday I'll get a guitar officially signed by him, but for now, I think we're good the way we are. But yeah, this is a Firebird, and I'm not a big fan of asymmetrical guitars. And I do remember saying that I would never own a Firebird or an Explorer, because they're just these weird asymmetrical guitars that make you feel weird. But then again, you think about it, Strats are asymmetrical, Les Pauls are asymmetrical. There's a lot of guitars that we actually really like that are asymmetrical. So I ended up getting that Firebird, and boy, is it a monster to play with. And it really does get that heavy blues rock tone that I strive for so often. And it's just as thick as the Les Paul. I mean, it's just a beast. But yeah, hopefully that's made up for me taking off so early. But thank you for coming by. Thank you to Peppa's viewers for coming by. I promise you, next time we're on, we'll have more for you. I'll be streaming tomorrow as well. But yeah, so we're gonna actually go ahead and raid a good friend of mine. And his name's Uriah. And he's playing some games right now. So we're gonna swing by, see what he's up to, and I'm gonna head out for dinner. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great night, and we will catch you tomorrow. Bye.